Oh man, the sun is shining. It's such a beautiful day out. I can't see staying inside. It's definitely time for another photo quest. Hello everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome back to the channel. Oh, today I just couldn't stay inside again. Thought I'd just keep going while I was out here being a rebel and getting a photo quest. You know, being locked up for so long got me to thinking about all the little things that go on around us, right? All those little micro worlds that exist in our own world. So today on Photo Quest, I thought it'd be a good day to check out microenvironments. Yep, grab your camera. I'm going to explain what I'm talking about. I think you're really going to enjoy this one. So let's find some microenvironments in this wooded lands I happen to be in currently. Alright, so the reason all this has come up is because of one of my favorite books, movies, every adaptation of it I am quite enthralled with. It's called Gullivers Travels. You've probably seen it or read it, probably forced to read it in high school like many of us here in the United States. If you haven't, please check it out. It's an amazing book. It's even a really good movie too. There's half a dozen adaptations of it easily. But in Gulliver's Travels, he's a man that leaves his country on adventure, finds himself in a shipwrecked time, washes up on a shore, in a land totally inhabited by little people. Little people in a world that exists in his own world. Now, I don't want to get into it. The premise is very deep. It goes into whether he was imagining this because of his tragic accident being lost at sea, or if it really happened. But in the end, they lead you to believe it really happened. But while he spent his time in this imaginary land, he was a giant, and the people were tiny like ants. And that always made me have a curiosity about what they call microenvironments. So other environments that exist in our own world at the same time with us, but go almost unnoticed to our eye because they're so small and they carry on their business so quickly, it just never garners our attention. So I thought today for PhotoQuest, it would be an awesome idea to see if we can find several examples of these microenvironments in our own world. And I'm out here at the park today. I think my luck's going to be pretty good. I'll share with you what I find. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not good. You actually need a bunch of macro lenses to make it great. I don't have any. Again, see that? It's the second time this has come up, the macro lens, macro lenses. I must just dedicate some cash to getting at least 2 or 3 round screw-on types. You know, I may even have some. I've just been so damn lazy. You know, you have shit, you don't look through it. All right, let's go. Let's see the first environment we could find. All right, very much as I had suspected right off the bat, I come across this perfect specimen of a microenvironment that actually highlights 2 creatures working against each other, living in the same small world. We have here the home of the termite. You see him crawling around up there. Florida's greatest little predator known to wood. See, the macro lenses would have made a big difference. Our friend the termite, he shares his environment with our friend the spider. If you see that white thing dangling there, that's in a web just hanging out at the entrance to this log where the termites are munching away and also at the same time feeding the spider. So I think this is a perfect example to start with of a microenvironment. there we go. It didn't take very long, did it? Here we have the cousin to the termite, but it's not exactly any type of friend of the termite. We have the Florida fire ant. These little buggers, they love to just tear everything up in their path. People, wood, plants, flowers, whatever they find in their way, they destroy. Just like it's in their name, fire. They spread like a wildfire, devouring everything in their path. They carry things much larger than themselves. Like you see this little guy right here working out of the weeds. He's trying to carry a big old, I don't know what, back to the hive, but it's very interesting to watch them get going. And I think they may have noticed I'm here, and they're starting to send out the troops. As a person, look, there he goes. Who the heck could ever imagine? The strength is incredible. Yep, they put the alert out. There's a stranger in the territory, so they're all calling back to the hive, the troops. They subside and live on anything and everything they could find. Organic, inorganic, meat, plant, whatever gets in their little ass way, they devour. It's just so interesting. There are so many different examples of microenvironments in our world, aren't there? I mean, the ground-dwelling creatures, the hanging from the tree type creatures. Man, let's see if we can find just one more example. I believe there is probably plenty of examples of the flying type creatures, right? I'm not talking about birds. Birds live in our world. They're large, they don't go unnoticed, and they don't live in a microenvironment. They live in our environment. I think there's one other winged predator that is quite tiny and most terrifying that maybe we could find his house. Let's take a look around and see if we can find the habitat of the world's smallest, most terrifying predator roaming the planet today. And there, my friends, is the one I was speaking of, the wasp. The king wasp, we call them here in Florida. Let's see if he'll come out to protect his hive. He was walking around there a minute ago. So, how brave are we? Do we not fear Mr. Wasp? Is he not a problem for us? I am absolutely terrified of him. One sting could be quite advantageous for me. Are you allergic to bees? Let me know in the comment down below. I certainly am. Now, a wasp is not a bee, so therefore, his sting would not make me sick. It would just make me sick that I got stung because, man, they hurt. Plus, let's not forget the fact, I am standing up on top of a row of tables. So when he springs himself on me and I fall back and crack my head, that is probably going to be the more dangerous part of this particular predator, correct? Just look at that. Just a mound of thousands of them in there. In all honesty, their microenvironment really scares me the most. They're so tiny, yet hold so much power. They terrify us the minute we see them. We panic and fall on our ass trying to escape them. And they hover in a world above ours that we just are not part of. It's so interesting, isn't it? Again, like we were talking about, these microenvironments, it's not your everyday average world. Inside their tiny little world, they wield all the power. Even when we intervene in their world, they still hold all the power over us, right? We run from wasps and bees. We start dancing around like prima donnas when the fire ants come at us. We can't protect our homes against the termites. And God forbid you see a spider that's bigger than your thumb. you absolutely lose your mind. So, how is it that they're so tiny yet so powerful? See what I'm saying? See what I mean about these microenvironments? Just because they're small doesn't mean you can just overlook them and ignore their power. I hope you've learned something. If you like, share with me your pictures of your microenvironments. Do you have some awesome spiders that live where you live? Are there ants as big as your finger running around in your backyard? King of all ants? Yeah, they rule their world and your world too, right? Let me know in those comments down below. I love to hear from you. And if you have photos to share, Instagram. You can always find me on Instagram, KyliePL9. Come on by, sign up, become a follower. Let me follow you back. I love to see your work. Take a look at mine. I think I have quite a good portfolio up there on Instagram. And as always, you know the most important thing to me. How'd you feel about that? Are you like not afraid of bugs and wasps and creepy crawly things? Are you one of those people that this doesn't bother in one way, shape, or form? Could you care less about microenvironments? And are you like Rini, that you go around stomping on their ant hills, teaching them a lesson, showing them who's boss? Zero respect. Yeah, she's one of those types. Till they run up your leg and bite you, and then you can't understand why. It's called revenge, man. They do it all the time because they know you walk through life just knocking them out of the way. But y'all know how we do it. Comment, like, subscribe. There's nothing much to say. You know what's about to happen. You know what you're going to see very, very soon now, right? Prepare. I told you, I'm doing it no matter what. I don't fear the unseen enemy. Love ya. See y'all in the next one. Start respecting them microenvironments that kick your butt.